Good morning and welcome to today's edition of Ranch Hope Radio's The Wondrous Story. I'm John Salvatore, your host every week here on this radio station at this time, and I'm the Director of Communications and Marketing here at Ranch Hope. Joining me on today's show is Howard Hirsch. No stranger to The Wondrous Story. Howard is our Development Director here at Ranch Hope. Welcome back, Howard. How are you today?
I am awesome, and it's great to be back, John.
So glad to have you here. Always love talking about the upcoming events because it is a way for our listeners, our supporters, our donors, our volunteers to get involved here at the ranch.
Yes, and a lot of the events we're doing right now this time of year are events involving the community. Events that may not be directly connected to Ranch Hope, but are connected to the community and shows Ranch Hope's how we embrace community events and getting involved, not just with our boys on campus and their families, but in the community itself.
Absolutely. So we have an event coming up. Ranch Hope has been running this event for quite a few years now, and it is called the National Day of Prayer.
Yes, and it's a very unique event. I was never really involved in anything like this till I got to Ranch Hope, and now it's been 5 years, I think, since this is my fifth event doing something with National Day of Prayer. Now, I don't know if you must know a little bit about National Day of Prayer. We talked about it.
Yeah.
It goes back a long way.
Yeah, 1952 was when it was signed in by President at the time.
Harry S. Truman. I answered that Jeopardy question there for you earlier.
Yes. So that is that there was a day that was designated for prayer.
Yes.
That to happen, and it was to not be on a Sunday. That was the other clarification that when the law was passed.
You know, I try to think back personally about why these things happen, because I'm a history guy. I love history, studying it. And if you could, you wouldn't know this because you're very young, but and I was not born. But if you look at history at that time, it was a very, very tense time in the world. You're coming out of World War II by about 7 years, entering into Korean troubles. You had the Cold War with USSR at the time. So there was a lot of worried people in the world. Yeah. Nuclear weapons were first becoming a thing. That was threat, worries. I remember as a kid hiding under our desks in school. That was our drill, you know.
Yeah.
So a lot of good there.
That'll help,
right. But it was a tough time, and I think that people needed faith and prayer more than ever at that time to show that there was, just hope.
So National Day of Prayer was started, and what it has grown into is it is the first Thursday in May every year.
Correct.
And it is the National Day of Prayer. So there's a whole website for this. And if you've never heard of National Day of Prayer, please check out the website, nationaldayofprayer.org. Very easy, nationaldayofprayer.org.
Very good.
So the event is going to be on Thursday, May the 7th, and the one that we're hosting locally is going to be held at a place you've probably never heard of before called the Grove at Centerton.
We do a lot of events at the Grove. They're great people over there.
Yes.
And put on a great event.
Absolutely. Before we talk a little bit more about this event and what we're looking at, I want to go back to what you had said before there, Howard, during the pandemic and when you came to the ranch. The first one was virtual. That we were both a part of.
Yeah, it was such strange, and we were just getting to know each other.
Yep.
And it was such strange times. And I was just telling you, it seems so long ago, but it's just 5 years ago,
Just 5 years ago, but 5 years ago.
They were long years.
Two ways to say it.
I think so much happens in a week now, much less. So it's a long 5 years. But yeah, it was strange, and we were trying to figure out a way to have this event on the radio and on Facebook at the time. And I think we were. I don't know if we were over and we did it remotely.
I was home.
Yeah, you were home.
I remember running it from home. I think a lot of people.
Yeah, I think we were at a location in Elmer. I believe, and I just, it's amazing how we did this, and we really didn't know how to do it.
We just figured it out.
Yeah.
And we had a little prayer.
We did. We had wing and a prayer, yeah. So we pulled it off, and of course Reverend Bailey was a big participant in it. I was just getting to know Rev, and one of just amazing people in my life that made such an impact for me in such a short amount of time. But we had such a fun day that day together.
Yeah.
And of course, his son, our CEO, Assemblyman Dave Bailey Jr., and my staff was there that day, and we were all wearing masks, and we were all sitting separate, and yeah.
Just a few years ago, just 5 years ago.
It was a unique event and very special to me because we had the opportunity that day to have a celebrity on the show. I don't know how it came together, but I was trying to look for ways to, just get people engaged in the show because we hadn't done anything like this. And why would people even listen to ours? National Day of Prayer events were going on all over the country. It's not just our event. This is everywhere at the same time. People are having National Day of Prayer events. And, I want to engage people to listen to ours. And I remembered that a very famous Christian performer and music artist, Michael Card, from, again, probably his height of his popularity was probably in the 70s and 80s. But he he was actually given the task of writing a song for National Day of Prayer. And he wrote a beautiful song. And we had him as a speaker at the Atlantic City Rescue Mission, and I got his number, and we became friends, and I remembered that, and I called him, and he joined us live on air from Nashville and sang that song on our broadcast.
Yes.
How cool was that?
And at the time, I didn't know who he was. I didn't really know that history and that much about him, but I was running the show that day, like technically running the live stream and the Facebook, and we were broadcasting on WSNJ at the time, Pop FM, so a lot of moving parts there, but
I remember the look on Dave on Dave Jr.'s face when I told him I'm going to call Michael Card and see if I can get him to sing, and he's like, "You're going to do what?"
Who?
He was a big
couldn't believe it.
He was a big fan of us. Yeah. He remembered all his music growing up.
Oh my gosh! So if you go to National Day of Prayer, their website nationaldayofprayer.org, they have a theme. Yes. Every year for the National Day of Prayer. And the theme this year is to glorify God among the nations and seeking Him in all generations. And that is from Chronicles. And here's the verse. Tell of His glory among the nations, His wonderful deeds among all the peoples, from 1 Chronicles 16:24.
Great, yep.
So that will be the theme of our National Day of Prayer. And so, Howard, for someone who's listening right now, maybe they've never heard of National Day of Prayer, or maybe they've never been to an actual National Day of Prayer event, what does it look like? What are they going to experience that day?
First off, coming to the Grove, it's a beautiful venue. You will arrive there. I believe our start time is pretty early.
Yes, it's 8 o'clock. Doors open at 7:30.
Right, so you can get there early. We serve a beautiful breakfast with breakfast sandwiches, choice of meat or no meat, and we'll have fruits and potatoes and coffee, tea, juice, and you can just relax. And a lot of people come with their church groups or friends, and there's no assigned seating. You just come in and grab a table, unless you have a table reserved. There's a whole group you come in. And just, you get to, again, spend a little time fellowshipping. There'll be music. And then what happens after that is we'll be led in prayer by a lot of our local pastors, probably, I think it's like 5 local pastors who will come in and lead a different area of prayer, whether it be for our community, our leaders, our churches. Of course, the theme this year, bringing nations together. So there's going to be a general different prayer given each one, and people participate in that. It's a very nice morning, very very peaceful, serene. It's a chance to just dive into prayer and be thankful and enjoy each other's company together as we pray together for our nation. Absolutely. And thinking about, on a previous episode, we were talking about the Men's Resurrection Breakfast from March, and, another community event, another, event to come out to and potentially meet some youth that are here at Ranch Hope. It's a 2-hour commitment, right? It's 8 to 10. It's not a long, full day of prayer. It's breakfast. It's a great way to start a Thursday. I'm going to tell you, my favorite meal of the day is breakfast, and it's a great way to get started. Yeah. And great things happen over breakfast. If you're a hobbit, you have 2 breakfasts. Did you know that? No. You didn't watch The Lord of the Rings, did you? I did not. Do they eat 2 breakfasts? 2 breakfasts if you're a hobbit. Oh. I like that. You might want to be a hobbit. It sounds like you do too.
Yeah, so 8 to 10 is the event. It's the first Thursday in May 7th. Doors open at 7:30. Last year we worked a lot with Pastor Tim Joyce from the Baptist Church in Woodstown.
First time I met him, what a great guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is a good guy. I went to high school with
Did
him.
you?
Yes.
Wow. He's young. Yeah, he is young.
Yeah,
Like you.
we're I think we're a year apart. But
He's
yeah, good
young,
guy.
but he's just got a great presence. And what a great message you brought last year.
Yes, absolutely. So excited to have him back again this year. Tickets are available now on our website, ranchhope.org. You can register. This event is $20 per ticket. And then you can also get a whole table of 10 for $150, so you get a little discount.
So let me just preface, this is not a money-making event. This is not a fundraiser. This is not something benefiting Ranch Hope. Ranch Hope just helps lead this event because it's such a great event for the community. Yeah. And to be a part of it is a privilege. And $20 barely pays for breakfast. But you get a great breakfast and a great venue to spend together. So this is the kind of event we're just doing, being a part of. Yep. This is not about Ranch Hope. Ranch Hope loves being a part of it, but this is about everybody.
This is about community.
Yeah,
we're trying to bring, as the theme of National Day of Prayer this year, to glorify God among the nations, seeking Him in all generations. We're trying to bring everyone in our community, bringing it to a hyper-local. We're trying to bring their community together at all generations. Well
said. And this is a time when I think coming together is so important for our country and our communities, because let's face it, just open book here, there's a lot of division in our world we live in. Yep. This is a great day to come together.
Absolutely. And I'm looking here on the website, Howard. I didn't see this before we started, but they are saying this is the 75th National Day of Prayer. So
that's
I guess
a big number.
That is a big number. Yeah, I must have missed that in our. We were trying to do the math there of the 50s, and 75 years of National Day of Prayer.
That's fantastic.
So if you're just joining us right now, you are listening to Ranch Hope Radio's The Wondrous Story. Ranch Hope is a nonprofit organization that serves children, youth, and families from all over the state of New Jersey who have experienced trauma in their lives, extreme trauma. The youth that come to Ranch Hope here at our campus in Alloway, which is in Salem County, New Jersey, spend about 9 to 12 months here on campus, and they go to school here on campus. They live here in our residential treatment center. They go to therapy here on campus, and we try to help them get back to a normal life for them, right?
Absolutely.
This radio show is airing on Ascend FM. It's also on WPG Talk Radio, and we air at this time every week right here on this radio station. I'm John Salvatore, Director of Marketing and Communications. Joining me on today's show is Howard Hirsch, our Development Director here at Ranch Hope, and we're talking about an upcoming event that Ranch Hope is putting together for the community here. It is on Thursday, May the 7th. It's the first Thursday in May every year. And you can get your tickets on our website, ranchhope.org. That's ranchhope.org. For more information about National Day of Prayer, please check out their website, National Day of Prayer. Is their website, nationaldayofprayer.org. And you can get your tickets at our website, ranchhope.org. Howard, that's National Day of Prayer for our listeners. That pretty much summarizes it.
Yeah, just come out and join us. I know a lot of our youth will be there. I'm hoping, again, for a great turnout, bringing our youth, and you get to meet them.
Yep. They'll probably be involved. Normally, they are at the entrance handing out like different pamphlets and stuff like that. So
they love being involved, and it's a great chance to get to know them.
Absolutely. So also coming up, we have an event that's going to be later in the month in May, and that is our second annual Levi Baldwin Memorial Fishing Tournament.
Yes, I am super excited about this. Last year, I didn't know what to expect. I'm not a fisherman, but to see the amazing amount of joy, fun, and excitement that we created hosting this event, remembering this young man who, so tragically lost his life at such a young age, but to just honor him and his family and to have a great day of fun, which he loves so much, fishing, And so excited about this next one because we learned so much about it, and now we're ready to build on that.
Absolutely. And that is coming up. That's going to be May 30th, which will be here before you know it.
Yep.
Registration is open on our website, ranchhope.org. I think we're going to have, is it 60 Fisher people?
Well, yes, we're opening registration up to 80.
It's 80. That's right. Last
80.
year
was 60.
Yeah.
Anglers. Anglers. Yes.
Anglers. I was trying to think of the word.
Yeah. So some can't make it. So open to 80. Registration opens really soon. Mm-hmm. It's ages. I believe it's 8 to 14. Am I wrong with that?
I want to say it's 8 to 15.
8 to 15.
I want to say it's 8 to 15 because I think you need a fishing license at 16.
Correct.
Yep. So
right.
just under the cutoff.
It's different divisions.
Yeah.
I think it's 8 to 9, and then 10 to like 12, and 13 to 15.
They kind of break them up. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's fair. And there's great prizes and free gifts for the kids. And there's going to be food trucks and games and entertainment. And we're going to have some seminars on fishing and different things involved. Big day planned. This is something, again, that I think is wonderful for the parents and the kids to come out together. I got a great story I'll share from last year that will really, I think, open your eyes. That just my highlight of the day.
Your highlight of last year's tournament. Please.
My highlight last year, we had a gentleman from ESPN Radio, Tom P. He has a great show on this radio station.
Yeah.
Actually, ESPN Radio every Saturday morning called Rack and Front Radio. He's a local, just everybody knows Tom P.
Yeah.
And he's one of the people who comes out to the tournament and help promote it. And we were standing there, the three of us. It was Assemblyman Dave Bailey Jr., our CEO, Tom P., and myself standing there. And we were looking at all the kids fishing and the parents. And Tom P. turns to us and says, "Guys, no one's on their phone."
Enough said.
That's what it was. Just mic drop.
Yeah.
No one's on their phone, and that's what the day really. If that one thing summed up what the day was about, social media, texting, all the stuff that kids do, they had lines in the water.
Yeah.
The parents were engaged, the families, they were having fun, and phones were in their back pockets.
Yeah, they were not even needed. No. You don't need a phone to go fishing.
No, you don't.
You need a rod. You need some bait.
That's it, I guess.
some string.
I don't know. I need a shopping center personally.
So that event was a lot of fun last year. If you want to sign up, if you have a child that is ages 8 through 15, and you're interested in having them join the tournament, it is a free tournament. It's free to join.
Yeah, no cost to get involved, and no price on having that much fun, right?
Absolutely. The event's going to be held right at Camp Edge, which falls under the Ranch Hope umbrella, right there at Camp Edge Lake. And last year we had music playing. It just kind of became a nice community family day, which we also want to invite people to come out. If you're not registered for fishing, maybe you missed the deadline, or by the time you're hearing this, it's already filled up with anglers. There's no spots left. You could still come out and hang out, just be a part of the day.
The food, the fun, meeting people in the community, just enjoying the day. Just hanging around the lake and watching kids fish, or there's going to be, like, say, other things to. I know we had the Salem County Humane Society last year with some great puppies.
That was a big hit.
It was
last year.
Yeah, that was something. Those dogs were great, and that's a great organization. And again, we love to see dogs get adopted, and just find a family that day would be great.
So we're going to have some other vendors there as well. Howard and I have talked several times about the food. The one food truck that is back again this year. We locked them in, and that is the South Jersey Barbecue Boys.
Yeah, they ain't kidding. They bring their A game.
I think last year they did. Was it breakfast sandwiches early and then some lunch sandwich? So I remember, all I can remember was having the brisket on top of the mac and cheese, and there were some hot pickles on top of it, and so good.
Yeah, that's not a day when you want to, remember your diet.
No, I'm not entering that in my food log.
No. I had one of the breakfast sandwiches. It was brisket, egg, and cheese, and wow.
Yeah, it was worth it.
And we also had a great there was a bakery that came, and I don't know their name, but I will. for one of our next shows, who had some amazing cakes and pastries.
I think was that the bakery in Woodstown?
Yes, I believe
okay.
so. Yeah.
Very
So,
cool.
Yeah.
I remember buying some cookies from them. Yeah, there's food, there's fun, there's family, there's community. We also last year, Howard, we had set up Ryan Garrison, who is our director over at Camp Edge, had set up the inflatable obstacle course.
Yeah, a lot of kids who are too young or family members who want to come out and just have nothing to do that day and want to have a great day. It's almost like a little festival.
Yeah.
We're going to try and add a lot more to it this year as well as things to do. Because Camp Edge I never knew about Camp Edge till I came to Rancho. What an amazing facility and lake to just bring your family to. It's open all year round and open all the time. And there's no cost to come out there. So it's a great time to come out and visit it and see what we got.
And I like that we had the other options because, the youth that registered, they were there for fishing. They were lines in because they're trying to win the tournament and win the prizes. Yep. But maybe younger brother, younger sister is there too for a few hours, needs something to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And, one of the things that this leads into is we run a couple of great fishing camps at Ranch Hope. For our summer camps. So you can also find our summer camps online. I think you can give them the information for that.
Yep.
Because that's all related to what we do here with Camp Edge. Everything at Camp Edge is benefiting the local youth.
So registration is open for summer camps 2026 at Camp Edge. To talk just about fishing camps, fishing camp is ages 6 through 13, and they're offering 2 weeks at Camp Edge for fishing camp. And again, this is different from the tournament. This is a full week of camp.
And that sells out fast, right? I mean,
oh, it does. That's why there's 2 weeks of it.
That's the biggest camp we have, yeah.
It's really caught on over the years. So
well,
I need a new one.
You really do.
So fishing camp, of course, focuses on learning all things freshwater and related to fishing, learning various gear and tackle, maintaining gear, that's important, learning about different fish species identification, and even knot tying. Participants will also learn how to fish from kayaks, canoes, and boats. Also experience other aspects of Camp Edge because you're there. Why not, right?
Sounds like something you can get hooked on.
They're going to have contests during fishing camp for the biggest and most fish, as well as other getaways. So there are 2 weeks. Here are the weeks. If you're thinking, maybe I want to sign up my my child for this. Week 1 is June 29th through July 3rd, and that will be at Camp Edge Monday through Friday. There's also week 2, which is the next month, July 20th through July 24th, and that is also obviously at Camp Edge, right there at Camp Edge Lake.
Right. Again, these are not related to our fishing tournament, but they are obviously fishing is such a big part of what we do at Camp Edge. The water, sports and activities, whether it be kayaking or learning, about different species up there. And I was amazed how many different fish the youth during the tournament were pulling out, and good size.
There were big ones.
Yeah.
I thought the one was a tuna.
Well, I think the one winner in the older division was a young lady, and she pulled out it was monster fish out of that lake.
Yeah, that was actually the granddaughter of one of our organizers.
Harold Dottie.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we have some great partners that are a part of the Levi Baldwin Memorial Youth Fishing Tournament. We would be remiss if we didn't mention Philadelphia Bass Busters, STC Sports, and the Rod Father.
Yeah, they're great partners and great local businesses that are all focused on youth. And benefiting them and teaching them to sport the right way. Yep. I grew up in a sports environment, and there's a right and wrong way to do all activities. And these guys are focused on teaching these things the right way and the way to respect nature and the sport.
Absolutely. So looking forward to that event that's coming up. So we talked about a couple of events there, but just to clarify, we've got the second annual Levi Baldwin Memorial Youth Fishing Tournament. That's on Saturday, May 30th. We do have a rain date too, but we're not going to talk about that because it's just there.
What rain?
Yeah, right. We're not even going to tell you the date because we're not speaking that into existence.
As long as there's no snow.
well, the way this winter's gone, you never know.
There you go.
And then we also have, of course, summer camps at Camp Edge as well. well. You can find out information about both of them on our websites. If you go to ranchhope.org, you can find information about the fishing tournament. And if you go to campedge.org, you can find information about our summer camps that are open for registration right now. So two great ways to get out in nature and put the phones down.
It sounds like we have a great summer coming up planned for everybody. The kids are going to have a great time. And again, that's what it should be for these young people. Have a lot of fun and enjoy the community and the beautiful facility, Camp Edge.
Amen. Yeah, we're going to have, we put in an order for beautiful weather for that day. So
we try to accommodate.
We're looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
Well, that is going to do it for today's episode of Ranch Hope Radio's The Wondrous Story. Howard, thank you for joining me again and talking about another great upcoming community event that Ranch Hope is helping to put on for the community.
It's a pleasure to be here, John, and thank you for having me.
Of course, anytime. This has been today's episode of Ranch Hope Radio's The Wondrous Story. I'm John Salvatore, Director of Marketing and Communications, and your host each week. And joining me on today's show was Howard Hirsch, our Development Director here at Ranch Hope. Ranch Hope is a nonprofit that serves children, youth, and families from all over the state of New Jersey. Learn more about our mission, get involved. There are volunteer opportunities. The garden is going to be opening up soon. Several ways you can get involved here at the ranch or over at our Camp Edge ministry. So check out one of our websites or both of our websites, ranchhope.org or campedge.org. We're in Salem County, New Jersey, in a little town called Alloway. That's going to do it for today's episode here on this radio station at this time. We'll be back next week on WPG Talk Radio and Ascend FM, and also as our podcast available on our website, ranchhope.org. Have a great week. We'll talk to you next week.